everybody, welcome to Crafty Aims Workshop, and today is part 3 of how to make an altered book or junk journal. So we are going to be working on doing the inside covers front and back, and we are going to be working on the gutter part of each page where you have you can visually see the paper from the actual book. So we're going to work on that today, and then I hope next week we will be working on the cover, and then after that we're going to go ahead and decorate the inside of the book and get that finished up. So today let's go ahead and start. Make sure you have paint. You can also use washi tape. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need a little bit more scrapbook paper. You're going to need, if you have it, you need one of those corner cutters. You need a paintbrush, water to rinse it out in your jar, and let's see, tacky glue or some kind of glue that you like to use, a ruler, a heat gun. If you are impatient like me and you want everything to get done quicker, you're going to need a heat gun, or if you have a hair dryer, that will work too. You can use the Fiskars paper cutter or a pair of scissors. And then you need your book that you've already worked on, and you're ready to begin this step of it. Get your stuff out and let's work on this project, and hopefully it'll turn out great. And I'll also suggest other products that you can use if you don't have what I have. So let's get started. So we are going to do the front cover first, and I've got everything already pre-cut and everything, so you wouldn't have to sit through that. But so what we're going to do first is the background. I made this slightly bigger than the page that's already stuck to it because I don't want that to shine through. So I went ahead and made it slightly bigger, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I'm going to go ahead and use tacky glue for this because I want it to stay stuck, because I'm also going to be putting pockets on here, and it could, if you're just using your glue stick, it may not be enough. Okay, it's also a good idea to smooth it out. Today I'm going to be using just a card or gift card. This one is actually from AC Moore. It's my AC Moore rewards card. So just any kind of plastic card that can smooth this out, really get the glue everywhere, and have it be a solid, smoothed out, covering the cover. I need to also bring it down because I'm going to have this overlapping this paper. I'm going to need more glue. By the way, I do have some paper towels, so you might want to keep that on hand. And this is going to be, for me, this book is going to be a faith journal. So, but you guys can make your journals into whatever you wish. I've been making faith journals for everybody except myself, so I thought this would be a great opportunity. Plus, I'm going to do it a way that I've not done before, so I'm kind of excited about that. If any glue is popping out, you can grab that too with your paper towel. For this side, we've got this covered. I'm going to go ahead, I pre-made this. This is going to be a pocket, so I'm just going to glue that down. But what I did already, I made it the size that I wanted. I've used a corner cutter and just popped it. And so I have a rounded corner there. What I'm going to do before I paste this down, though, is I've got also some glitter washi tape. Now this particular washi tape has plastic on the side, so you just have to peel it off. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put it about right there where it's after it stopped curving right there, or before it starts going that direction. I'm just going to put that there. I need to go ahead and peel off the plastic on the back. Now this is going to be tricky because you want to make sure everything is going in the direction you need it to go. You need it as straight as possible. So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to go this way and place the paper on top of it. So I'm going to fold one end down just to make it stick so it doesn't move. If I can get it to turn. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it to the very end because I cut it exactly where I needed it. Oops, I'm going too far up. And I'm going to put it right there. I need to make sure at the top, I'm just going to eyeball it, make sure it's straight. Because once this particular tape, once you stick it, I don't think you can stick it back or unstick it. Now you can either fold this over or you can cut it off. I think I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. That way we don't have to worry about coloring the edge of it there. And then I'll just go ahead and take my, hopefully it'll cut it, take my corner cutter, put it in there where I need it. And there you go. Perfect. And then this side looks like there's a little bit of white there. So I may not have that on there perfectly straight, but that's okay. I don't care. Can't really tell that much. And I'm just going to trim that excess off. So there's that part of it. So now we're back to the book. All I'm going to do is glue this side and this side. I'm going to keep this side flappy so you can get in there pretty easy. So I'm going to take my tacky glue again and put some glue on there. Keep in mind which side you've got. This side is the curved side. You don't want to put any glue on that side. So you're just doing the bottom and the opposite side. I'm going to put a little bit generous on that tape there because it's glitter. I'm afraid it won't stick as good. But then just line it up with the book or with the page you just glued down. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Take your napkin or whatever you're using to wipe it off with and just wipe off the excess glue. If you did like I just did and get glue on this, I would not fret too much because the tacky glue dries clear, so it should be okay anyways. Okay, so that's this side. We're just going to leave that and let it dry. Now we're going to work on this side of the page. And I wanted to use up some scraps, and I figured it would look good anyways. So we are going to put this side down like this. So get your tacky glue out again. And we're going to tacky glue the sheet this time because it is not the same size as the page. So I just want to ensure that it gets stuck correctly. Okay, then get your plastic card out and just kind of spread it out so it's nice and even. I'm going to try to get this in as close as I can into the gutter spot of the spine, I guess is what you call it, the gutter. That's what I'm calling it. You guys can call it something else. If it is called something else, let me know, because that's what I've been calling it. And now we're going to take this one. They match. I've already cut it to size, and I'm just going to glue this down. But I'm not going to glue the whole thing down. I'm just going to glue the edges here, and this is going to be a pocket. But before I do that, we're going to put the tape on it. Same thing. Well, I have glued everything down. I went ahead and clamped it to make sure the glue made it stick really well. It's still wet. That's going to dry clear, if you can see that. That's going to dry clear because that's just glue. So I'm going to take all the clips off right now so we can move on to the next thing. Now on this, you'll see there are some dents from my clips. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, there it is. But with use and time, that's going to work itself out, so I'm not worried about the dents. So we've got this pocket here. You put all kinds of stuff in there, and then you've got this pocket here. I like pockets, as you can see. So now we're going to work on the other side. Oh, and just to let you know, I went ahead and already put paper on this side. I didn't do that on the last video, but I did it before I started this one. So go ahead and do, unless you have other ideas, go ahead and do the page over here. I also did this side, so you can do that as well, unless you have another idea. If you guys got ideas, I would love to hear them. So now we're going to do the back cover. We are going to start with this side this time. You can start on any side. I'm just going to do it this way. And I cut it again. I'm just using scrap. I'm using the same colors that are on the front page. I'm going to do on the back. So they all kind of coordinate together. So let me put some glue on here. Again, using tacky glue. We've got that piece. We're doing this side differently. So for this, we're going to go ahead and put some glitter on it too, on this piece. Okay, it's probably better if you measure. I'm going to glue only the outer edges here. I'm going to match it up with the page edges. Wipe off the extra glue. I put a little too much, I think. And the good thing about wet glue is you can still move it around. So I'm going to clip it on here because it is still moving. But the next thing we're going to do is this piece. And I'm going to put another piece of glitter tape on it. I'm going to put it on the edge again. Okay guys, I made a boo-boo, so I am trying to fix it. So, turn it this way. Let me show you how I'm cutting this glitter tape, because it's probably not the best for the blade. Where did I put my mark? Okay, I found my mark. So I'm just using this so I can make sure it's a straight line. So what I did wrong was when I folded this paper thinking I was going to go like this to make the top of the envelope, I had it upside down. That ain't going to work. So we're going to go this way, and I'm going to put some glitter tape on this side as well, and we'll just make it have two sides with glitter, which is fine with me. The more the merrier. And also, it's better to have too much tape and you can trim it off than it is to not have enough. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to chop this up in half because it's a little too wide for what I need. And put it on. You know what? I think I'm going to put just a solid piece right there. So when you open it, you'll have that solid. I think I will. And it might help the other tape to stay stuck. And for the overlay, if you can see that, I'm just going to put some marker on there. Perfect. Good to go. If you guys want to have more glitter, you could just do some glitter. If you have the same color glitter to put on there, glue it on there, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're moving on. Let's get this party started. Okay, and then, so we've got that pocket there, and we're going to put this one here. So I am going to fold it up again like we did in the last show or video. So I'm going to put this I'm going to put this ruler here, put it where I want it, and then bend it up. Make sure you hold the ruler well, and then finish folding it. I'm going to put it to where these two tapes match up together, so you don't see a difference when it's closed. So figure out where that is, and then you may want to make a mark with a pencil, and then just make sure you match it up to that. So we're going to glue this edge right here all the way across. Match it up to the marks that you made. You may want to put something heavy on top of this to make sure that it stays stuck. And then also check to make sure that the tapes are matching up. Okay, so I went ahead and clamped them down. You can see. Now we're going to go ahead and do this side while we wait for that to dry. And we're just going to smother this on here, and then we can scrape it with our card to make sure it's nice and even. Alright, so I've got this sheet on there. And now I am going to put this sheet on there, and I've already angled the sides, and I am going to just turn this over, and I'm just going to glue this, this, and this. But before I do that, let me go ahead and get the blue glitter tape on this part. Okay, so I've got the tape on there. You can do one of two things. You can take your scissors and trim off the excess tape, which I'm going to do. Or you can use your punch if it's not going to. Make sure it doesn't stick to it though. Just make sure also with your scissors that you don't cut the paper. If you do, try not to cut much. And then we're just going to cut this side. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one is this is going to be a two-pocketed pocket. So we are going to just glue the edges, as I said before, and just lay it down like that. Okay, and then take your other piece, which I've already pre-cut, and this is going to fold down. So we're just going to glue this section right here. And paste it down. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So you have this, a place to do some notes or whatever. And then you also have a pocket right here to put stuff. So now I'm just going to clamp those down and get it to dry, and then we will go to the next section. Now you can put more glitter tape here, and I might do that later, but right now I'm just going to keep it like that. So here's the final product. So you got a thing there with an envelope there. You got an envelope here, kind of, and then a pocket right on the top. Now the last thing I want to show you, all that's drying. We're going to continue to work in the book. The clamps are on and we're good. So now we're going to start working on the gutter. Make sure, and I'm seeing mine is still popping up right here, so I'm going to have to go back into that and glue it down. But you don't want any white to, if you don't want any white to show. Some of you may want the white, some of you may not. But what you can do is you can use paint. I have different types of paint that you can use. Find a paint that's going to match your scrapbook paper. If you don't have paint, and honestly you may not want to do this because this other way will work a lot quicker, is get some permanent markers that match. So I think on this one I used the marker, and then I also, after it dried, I went ahead and put a little bit more paint on the sections that I just couldn't get to with the marker. So that's an option. Here's another page that I put marker on. It's a little bit darker, but that's okay. And so you can do it like that without doing the paint. On this one I did a little bit of both. If you don't want to do markers or paint, this page, it doesn't look like I need to do anything because it looks like it's pretty solid there. So let me find another page. Some of these you may not want to do anything with if you put the paper right in there, which I tried to get as close as possible, but I didn't want to go in too deep because I don't want to ruin the book itself. Okay, like this one, you have paper sticking up from where I had cut it out in the very first video. And I can glue that down. Let me go ahead and do that now. I'm going to glue it to one side. You could also use a piece of washi tape to match, or however you want to do it. Maybe you don't want it to match. So this one actually has several colors. I might just do this one. It's got the colors in it that I need, and it's kind of got the same pattern on that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it into the gutter kind of with my fingers. And the great thing about washi tape is it doesn't, you can reposition it if you need to. So kind of put it where you want it, chop it, open your book, make sure it's good and open, and just kind of push that tape into the gutter. Okay, now I'm going to get another piece and I'm going to do this side. And this time I'm just going to place it on top, put it in the gutter, but not as much as I did on the other side. I'm going to chop that off. And then I'm going to trim it. Okay, so then you can do that with your washi tape. And that is probably the easiest of all ways to do it. My recommendation though, if you use the washi tape, is make sure you may want to spread some glue underneath it because the washi tape tends to come unstuck. So I would go ahead and just put some tacky glue on there. So there it is. That is your homework for this week. You're doing your pockets on your, or let's see, you're doing your front cover, inside front covers, and your inside back covers. And then you're going to work on your gutters using paint, marker. You may even want to try colored pencil. I did do that and it can work. especially if you have, if you don't have the shiny paper like this is, and you just have regular paper, that that colored marker or that colored pencil is going to work just fine. So you can use colored pencil, you can use paint, you can use permanent marker, or you can use washi tape. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching this portion of the video. I think next week we will be working on the cover, and then after that I might combine the cover with the inside. I don't know, the inside's going to take some time. So work on your homework for that and let me know how yours goes. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. And if you'd like to, if you haven't already, subscribe, because I really enjoy seeing that my channel is growing and I might be helping some of you. Some of you may be laughing, I don't know. But either way, hopefully it's entertaining if nothing else. Don't forget to like with a thumbs up, and if you haven't done the notification bell, please push that notification bell. And I will see you all next week with another portion of how to make an altered book or junk journal. Thank you guys.